Hamilton's 10th inning heroics. If the Giants lead late in the game today, they'll look for Rob Nen to close the door and wrap up the Rangers on bat day. Coming up next. Here at 3Com Park, it's bat day. It's also interleague action. And it's the final game of this 3-game series between the Texas Rangers and the San Francisco Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Duane Kuiper, along with my partner, Mike Krukow. Well, each team in this series has won a game, and of course, this will be the final game. And Mike, Aaron Seeley, Mark Gardner, pitchers this afternoon, are very similar in some ways.
A lot of similarities in the way that they pitch and the type of pitches that they have. For Gardner and Seeley, they both have to go to the corners with their fastballs. Their breaking balls almost identical. Over the top, 12 to 6 o'clock, curve balls with little cut sliders. If you look at the key players in the offense for the Texas Rangers, Ivan Rodriguez and Juan Gonzalez, they are 2 for 19 against Mark Gardner, and two very key players in the Giants offense, JT Snow and Stan Javier, 2 for 19 against Aaron Seeley. Interesting, in the last 5 rubber matches that the Giants have had, they've won all 5.
All right, so it'll be a big game for the Giants. And of course, the one player the Giants will have to stop today, that's former Giant Will Clark. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups in the first pitch right after this.
All on Fox Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places. By Discover Card, it pays to discover. By Hoover, nobody gets the dirt like Hoover. Nobody. By General Motors, introducing GM Buy Power. By Grand Auto Supply, doing whatever it takes to get you and your car to the Giants games with forever warranted parts. Things just got easier. By Aflac, insuring over 40 million people worldwide. By your Northern California Nissan dealers, enjoy the ride. And by the Chronicle, offering the Bay Area's best sports coverage. One paper, many voices.
Here at 3Com Park, let's run down the Texas Rangers lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Tom Goodwin will lead it off, followed by Mark McLemore. Hitting third will be Rusty Greer. Juan Gonzalez, the cleanup hitter. Will Clark hitting fifth. Ivan Rodriguez, sixth. Hitting seventh is Kevin Elster. Fernando Tatis will hit eighth, and pitching and batting ninth, Aaron Seeley. And on the mound for the Giants will be Mark Gardner. And the first pitch of the ball game is a called strike. 105 is the first pitch. And the breaking ball is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Puffy clouds above the ballpark. It's been overcast until about 5 or 10 minutes ago, where the sun finally broke through. Strike in the outside corner.
Mark Gardner throwing darts with his fastball early on. He's not going to overpower you with that fastball. He has to rely on movement and location.
And he's tripped on that pitch, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. He looked back at the mound.
He did not get on top of that curveball. He stumbled there on his plant foot as he was stepping towards his target.
Hit on the ground to Ray Sanchez. He has it. He throws it. 1 down.
Mark Gardner will pitch to the middle of the plate with his breaking balls. He will corner pitch with his fastballs. He can sink the ball, and his biggest asset, I think, is that he'll throw any one of his pitches at any given time. Defensively behind Gardner today, Bonds, Hamilton, and Javier in the outfield, with Hayes, Sanchez, Miller, and Snow in the infield. Brent Maine does the catching. Yesterday, a couple of errors, but 3 double plays returned by the Giants defense.
Mark McLemore hitting .305. Takes the first pitch low. 4 home runs, 36 RBIs. McLemore, a switch hitter. 2-0. McLemore in the series, 1 for 3 on Friday night, 0 for 5 yesterday.
All 4 of McLemore's home runs have come from the left side of the plate. And that's just enough long ball threat to keep a pitcher honest. Going into this lineup, you know you cannot walk Goodwin and you cannot walk McLemore. You don't want to put yourself in the stretch by giving up a free pass to these guys, and the stretch going into their very potent part of the lineup with Greer, Gonzalez, Clark, and Rodriguez.
That'll be a souvenir.
So because of that, there's pressure. You've got to throw strikes. You might not be as fine in your location of the corners with the guys up on top of the lineup as you would with the guys in the middle of the lineup. But with Mark McLemore, he has just enough pop, especially from the left side, that you just can't lay one in there and flat out challenge him across the plate.
2-2 pitches out over the plate, a full count with Rusty Greer on deck. Just underway here at 3 Com Park. Glad you joined us. Giants will have the day off tomorrow before they travel to Anaheim on Tuesday. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Mark Gardner, because of his big curveball, he'll get away with a lot of high fastballs. It's a good pitch for him. Stays right on top of the strike zone, but that's the same plane that his curveball starts out on, only to drop down. Not going to overpower. 85-mile-per-hour fastball, but good location with it. Gets the strikeout.
Rusty Greer hitting 286. Right back to Mark Gardner on one hop. That will retire the side. So Mark Gardner with a 1-2-3 inning to start off this ball game. Giants coming up. Rangers nothing, Giants nothing. Coast Airlines. Darrell Hamilton will bat first, followed by Bill Miller. Barry Bonds hitting third. Charlie Hayes, the cleanup hitter. J.T. Snow batting fifth, hitting sixth, and Javier. Brent Main will do the catching. He'll bat seventh. Ray Sanchez hitting eighth, and Mark Gardner will pitch and bat ninth.
Well, talking about Mark Gardner, it's almost an exact duplicate scouting report on Aaron Seeley. He has a sinker on his fastball. He has excellent command of his breaking pitches, but with his fastball, he'll try to go to the corners, and he can go right to the heart of the plate with his breaking ball. You want to try and avoid the 2-strike count because his over-the-top big curveball is a nasty one to try and hit, especially when he is way ahead of you, the hitter, in the count.
Well, here's Hamilton. A big day yesterday for the Giants. It couldn't come at a better time. Hamilton went 4 for 6 and knocked in the winning run with a base hit in the 10th inning. And he's got a base hit to lead off this game. And he is hot right now.
Defensively behind Aaron Seeley, Greer, Goodwin, and Gonzalez in the outfield. Tatis, Elster, McLemore, and Clark in the infield. Ivan Rodriguez, after a day off, is back doing the catching behind the plate for Aaron Seeley, the 6'5" right-hander, who is 11-7 coming into this ball game. If he wins today, he'd be the earliest that any Texas Ranger in the history of the organization has won 12 games.
Here's Bill Miller hitting 299. Swinging a ground ball to the right side, and it's underneath the glove of McLemore. Hamilton does not waste any time. He'll go to third. First and third, nobody out. A play that should have been made. 5 errors for the Rangers yesterday. And an error here in the first inning.
I just think it's a case where McLemore's thinking double play instead of catch the ball. He's trying to get his feet in position to where he can pivot to second base. Ball hit right off the glove, and had he been thinking get the one out at first, I think he would have been able to get that play.
Here's Bonds, 287 with 17 home runs, 57 RBIs. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, and it's 0-1.
And that's that over the top 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock break on that curveball. Very similar to the same type of movement that Gardner will feature.
Defense set up against Bonds. Fastball inside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Bonds in the game yesterday, 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. In the series, 0 for 6. Strike. A fastball from Aaron Seeley, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The hole between Clark and McLemore, very inviting for a left-handed hitter. Rodriguez set out over the plate, and that curveball is a sweeping curve that looked like Seeley was trying to backdoor Bonds. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hamilton at third. Bill Miller at first. Bottom of the first inning. Seeley at the belt, and the pitch is low, and now a full count to Barry Bonds. Giants trying to get on the board first.
Well, they've had great success in the first innings against the Texas Rangers throughout this series. I think at times that piece that he wears on his right elbow can give him a false sense of security, make him a little lazy to get out of the way. Bonds, since 1993, has been very, very lucky to avoid major injury. He has been a fixture in that Giants lineup. But when you see a guy get hit in that part of his hand, you just hold your breath.
Right in the back of the hand.
He's got a little squeeze going. That's a good sign. Let's watch the right hand of the fastball coming in on a 3-2 count. Just gets him right there. Looks like behind his little finger or his ring finger on his right hand.
Mark Laton, umpire Steve Ripley, Dusty Baker, Carlos Alfonso. Giants had the bases loaded with nobody out in the first game of this series. They scored twice, and as Mike said yesterday, they scored twice as well.
Kuiper, you've been hit on the hand like that as a player. How long does it take for you to get some strength back on that hand or that grip back?
It takes a while, and it'll take until he gets up again in the second or third inning.
No way was he trying to hit him on the 3-2 pitch. He runs at first and third, trying to go inside at the belt, inner half of the plate, or on the corner rather, and just lets go of a little high and in. And Bonds pays a bad price.
So for the third game in a row, bases loaded, nobody out in the first inning. Charlie Hayes up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Hamilton scores. Miller scores. Bonds to third. 2-0 Giants.
Charlie Hayes had the similar situation in game 1 of the series and struck out. And I have to believe he's been thinking about that since that AB. He jumped on the first thing he saw from Seeley, a fastball out of way where they've been pitching in this whole series. He's up looking away. He got his pitch, and he burned Seeley quickly.
And it was right back to where it came from.
You get a hitter like Charlie Hayes, I don't think you can consistently pitch him one way in a series because he will adjust. Fastball out of half the plate, up, doesn't try to do too much, goes right back up the middle with it. And very quickly, for the third time in a row, the Giants strike early. They're not done yet.
JT Snow at the plate. Mike talked earlier about Snow and his problems against Seeley. 0 for 10 in his career. JT, switch hitter batting left-handed. And he takes a fastball for a strike. 213, 6 home runs, 32 RBIs for JT Snow. Just off the plate. Greer, Goodwin, Gonzalez in the outfield from left to right. Stan Javier on deck. Seeley at the belt. Snow hits a high fly ball to left field, deep enough to score Bonds. Hayes is going back to tag at first, and he's going to second. And the throw is not in time. Scoring is Bonds, and Charlie Hayes in scoring position.
Like McLemore may have been spiked on the play. The ball beat Hayes there, but a hard slide into the second baseman for the Rangers, Mark McLemore. Dislodged the ball. Now Clark's going to go over to Mark McLemore and see if he's all right. But an excellent situational at bat from JT Snow. Now let's watch the end of the play. Sticks that glove in there, and bang, he knocks the ball loose, and he takes a pretty good shot to his left hand.
Well, he put the glove where you're supposed to. Timeout is called, and it's Charlie Hayes that's asking for time. Stan Javier swinging the bat well for the Giants. Javier 3 for 5 yesterday. Led off on Friday. Went 2 for 5. Sealy and Pudge Rodriguez trying to get on the same page. 3-0 Giants. The RBI for Snow is 33rd of the year. Javier takes a breaking ball outside, 1-0. On deck, Brent Mayne. 0-0. Anaheim, San Diego. Second inning. The look to second by Sealy. Breaking ball is a strike to Javier. 1 ball and 1 strike. Charlie Hayes, 2 RBIs here in the first inning. Gives him 33 on the year. Swing and a miss, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The curveball and then the fastball, and we touched on these 2 starters and the similarities. And there's a fastball from Sealy that hit 86. Mark Gardner has hit 85.
Well, that curveball is not only a breaking ball, but it's also an off-speed pitch. When you throw the fastball after the curveball, it makes that curve or fastball appear to be a little faster than it really is.
2-2 to Javier. That day, good crowd. Dodgers in next weekend. Pitch to Javier outside and a full count. Bonds in on the wrist.
Seems to have no ill effect on his right hand after being drilled there.
Stinger. Base open, and the 3-2 pitch coming up to Javier. He walked him. Mayne will hit. And the Giants have created a bunch of different ways to get on base. They've reached on singles. They've reached on an error. Bonds hit by a pitch. And now the first walk issued by Aaron Sealy.
Well, I think if the Giants are going to have to match up against a very offensive, powerful hitting team like the Rangers, the one thing that they have, the one advantage that they have is that they're a patient club, and they're going to make the opposing pitcher work. And a guy like Sealy, who's going to nibble through most of the day and try to have you hit his pitch, I mean, he can have a rough time with this offense.
Brent Mayne takes a strike. Take what they give you.
The Giants' offense, for the most part, will do just that. I've seen a lot of opposing pitchers hit the 100-pitch mark early against the Giants this season.
Mayne holds up, but according to Larry Poncino, he did not. It's 0-2. Mark Gardner will see Gonzalez, Clark, and Rodriguez. Not bad.
He's thinking about him right now.
0-2 to Brent Mayne. 297. Couple of home runs, 16 RBIs. In the dirt, blocked by Rodriguez.
You'll see a lot of curveballs bounce between home plate and the catcher today when Sealy gets ahead in the count. That's his strikeout pitch. It's so big that you commit to it, and by the time you get to commit, the ball is out of the strike zone down, and then you're swinging at a bad pitch, bad hitter's pitch.
Mayne gets caught looking. First strikeout. 2 away for Ray Sanchez.
It's a big curveball. There's really not a lot of these guys that have this type of curveball around. The fact that 2 of them are pitching into today's ball game is a little bit unusual.
It's a strike, too.
Right down the middle. You can see the over-the-top break to it. That's what's unusual about that pitch. Old timers a few generations ago used to call that curveball a drop.
Here's Ray Sanchez with a 309 average. Which is outside for a ball.
That used to be the breaking ball that most pitchers would throw. Anaheim ahead 1-0 in the second inning down in San Diego. But with the invention of the slider, that big curveball sort of went the way of the dinosaur.
Hit up the middle, but Elster will flip it to McLemore, and the inning is over. 3 runs for the Giants on a pair of hits. The Rangers commit an error. The Giants strand 2. 3-0.
You're watching Fox Sports Bay Area. The average San Francisco runner. We have the capability to challenge you. We have the
RBIs are astounding. He's got 9. And that leads everybody. Foul past Jerry Narron. Ball dude. Good form. Look at that. That's an old infielder if I've ever seen it.
Sweet hands. Doesn't need a glove.
This guy has not lost a step. 1 ball and 1 strike to Gonzalez. Hit foul. Ball dude. Got screened off that time. Hey, Mike, watch this form. This is very good. Check it out.
Yeah, bends the knees.
I can't do that.
Elbows are a little stiff, but he watches it right into his glove. And he's psyched.
That's Robbie Thompson down there. We're not kidding anybody.
He's got more hair than Robbie.
Here's 1-2 pitches outside. Just kidding, Robbie, if you're watching.
We hope he is. We miss him.
And we're not kidding, as a matter of fact.
I think Gonzalez is a low ball hitter. Watching him cover the bottom part of the strike zone and hit some really good pitches. He went against Earl the other night. I mean, it was a pretty good pitch. Down, out of the plate.
And of course, he's got long arms, very tall. Protects the outside corner. Pitch him in, you take a chance.
Well, you have to get it in if you're going to get him there. I mean, he's got a little bitty hole there. I don't think he has a 2-pitch weakness. I really don't think that you can go to the same location consistently and hope to get him out, because he adjusts well and he's so strong. This is how you want to pitch to him, though, with nobody on base.
Got him. Second strikeout for Mark Gardner.
Well, he's locating his curveball well. Got a good feel for it. He moves that ball just out of the strike zone, off the plate away, and he gets Gonzalez to chase after it. But you see the sign from Brent Maine, and he absolutely spanks his glove with that good location curveball. Outstanding pitch. He's got a good game face going.
Speaking of game face, 308 for Will Clark with 12 home runs, 52 RBIs. Hit a home run on Friday, liked it so much, hit a home run yesterday off of Kirk Reeder. 2 for 4 for Clark on Saturday, 3 for 5 on Friday. Oh, Hershiser watching. Low. 3-0 to Will Clark. Clark has faced Mark Gardner many times. 5 for 25. Strike. 3-1. On deck, Ivan Rodriguez. Down to third for Charlie Hayes. He sets, he throws, 2 away.
Pretty nice pitch at a 3-1. He took a little bit off, almost a peggy leaf fastball between his changeup and his fastball. Ball hit right off the end of Will Clark's bat. I think this is a pitch that Gardner picked up watching Danny Darwin. Earl Hershiser really has utilized that off speed between the changeup and the fastball. It's been a successful pitch for him. Just got an out with it.
Ivan Rodriguez, 362. That's his batting average. 10 home runs, 43 RBIs. A Gold Glove catcher. A great arm. And what more could you ask?
Yeah, the 362 leading the major leagues, not just the American League. Leads the world.
Hits it sharply to second. Bill Miller goes down to a knee and throws him out. 6 up, 6 down for Mark Gardner. Giants will come up in the second inning, and it'll be Mark Gardner to lead it off, 3-0. Here's Mark Gardner, who strokes one out of play. 8 for 31 on the year, hitting .258, very respectable with an RBI. The 8 hits by Mark Gardner leads the staff. Kirk Reeder has 7. Estes has 6, along with Hershiser. Outside with a fastball 1 and 2. Double D's got 1 hit. He's 1 for 29, but he doesn't care.
He's got the 1 hit. As long as you have a little average going, you can hold your head up high.
He's 0-34.
Bingo.
Here's the thing about the Giants hitters. Although they've got, the pitchers, they've got some good average numbers. They've only knocked in 2 runs on the year. There's a strikeout to Mark Gardner. Well, that's Danny Darwin's daughter, who is the bat girl for the Giants.
I guess the first time they've ever had a girl go down there and become a bat girl for the entire game. They've had honorary bat girls go down there for a while, but not for all 9. So Courtney's she's blazing a new trail.
Hamilton singled in the first inning, scored, makes the curveball low.
Well, Hambone definitely enjoyed yesterday's ball game, getting 4 hits against his former teammate and knocking in the winning run.
Fastball is high.
He was talking with Will Clark before game 1 of this series, and Will was just amped. Didn't get a chance to play against the Giants uniform last year. Of course, this is his first time back to San Francisco. And he was asking Hambone how you dealt with the adrenaline surge. And Darryl said, you know, I just let it just take me where it wanted to take me in Texas last year.
Ride it out.
Smile a lot, he said.
You can use it to your advantage.
If you know it's coming, you sure can. It's when it hits you and you're not prepared for it. It's when it can be a bit of a distraction.
Well, I think it's a lot easier for a hitter than a pitcher. And the walk. Especially for a young pitcher.
Well, I agree. When you start to overthrow your breaking balls, you lose them. If you start to overthrow your fastball, you lose your movement. Takes you out of the strike zone. If you're a player, you can get out in the outfield and run around a little bit. Run it off.
Bill Miller reached on McLemore's fielding error in the first inning. Hit a ball to McLemore's left, hit off the bottom of his glove. And he hits a little looper into left center field. Elster going back, and that is going to fall. And Hamilton will get to second, and Miller's got himself a little Texas leaguer. And that'll bring up Barry Bonds, who was hit on the wrist in the first inning. Well, Bill Miller could not throw one out there better than that.
Bonds has been hit 4 times this year. And we'll find out real quick if his hand's still bothering him.
Curveball in the dirt.
If you're going to get hit in the back of the hand, your bottom hand is the worst of the 2 hands to get hit on. And for Bonds getting hit in the right hand, that is the bottom hand of his swing. That's your strong hand in your swing.
1-0 to Bonds. Outside, 2 balls and no strike.
Now, Seeley's painted himself into a get-it-in situation here to Bonds. This will be an interesting pitch. He really hasn't shown that he can get that breaking ball over a big hook.
Outside corner, 2-1.
When you make 2-0 pitches like that, good hard sinker, 88 miles per hour, knee high on the black outside, that's when the guy's having a pretty good year.
Curveball, 2-2.
Bonds gave up on that pitch.
So now Bonds in a spot, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cannot afford to take a close pinch.
We have not seen Seeley's cut slider yet.
And he wanted it, didn't get it a full count.
Now that's the pitch that when he was with Boston last year, Joey Kerrigan, the pitching coach, did not want him throwing the backdoor curveball. Since he's come over to Texas, he's employed it and he's had great success with it. And he almost got it there.
3-2 to Bonds. Throws it again and he pops it foul. Pops it off the plate foul. You can see how if you throw that pitch, my goodness, if you start looking for that, it really opens up the inside part of the plate for the pitcher. You can throw a fastball in on the hand. Here's the pitch. Struck him out.
Stayed away with the fastball, got it up. That movement just slides ever so slightly away from Bonds. Gets Bonds to swing through it for strike 3. 89 miles per hour, so he reached back. That's the best fastball he's thrown today.
There's no question that the 2 curveballs help set up that fastball to Barry Bonds. And here's Charlie Hayes, who knocked in a pair of runs in the first inning. Swinging a grounder foul off the end of the bat. No balls and 1 strike. JT Snow on deck. Houston pounded the Indians at the Jake 12-3. 0-1 to Hayes. Thought about a pickoff play but couldn't hang on to it. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, he and Will Clark worked this play about as good as anybody in baseball. 25 pickoff moves since 1995, and you can see how quickly he gets himself square. He can't get a handle, and he's hot. Because I think they would have had a good shot at Miller.
A ball and a strike. Double look to second from Seeley. The curveball is in tight to Charlie Hayes. 2-1. Seeley, born in 1970 on June 25th, just celebrated a birthday. Three and 1 to Hayes. 6'5", 215 pounds. Last year, 13 and 12 for the Red Sox with a 5.38 ERA. Made 33 starts. 3 and 1 to Hayes.
Another get-it-in situation for Seeley. He really has been flirting with disaster through the first couple of innings with these counts.
And they're loaded for JT Snow.
You cannot consistently pay yourself into a 2-0, 3-1, 3-2 pitch when you're going into the heart of the lineup. Because sooner or later you're going to make a mistake. And you're going to pay an ugly price.
Discover Card will donate $500 to the local chapter of the Make-A-Wish Foundation for each Grand Slam hit in this game. Second walk in the inning, third in the game. Snow hit a sacrifice fly to left field in the first inning. He waits. Inside with a fastball, 1 ball and no strikes. Pretty good numbers with the bases loaded. 347 with 3 grand slams. That's in his career. 1-0. Now Snow will step out. Seeley pitching out of the stretch, throws, and Snow hits a high fly ball to left field and deep. Greer is going back. He's looking up. Out of here! Grand slam! And on bat day, they are up on their feet. Discover Card will donate $500 to the local chapter of the
opposite field grand slam. They ought to give up $5 grand. What an at-bat from J.T. Snow. Welcome back.
Home run number 7. And they want JT to take a bow, and he does.
First time this year. They've called on him several times. It's the first time he's done it. And he feels it too. He is back, folks.
Javier swings and misses, and it's 0-2. It's 7-0. He hit it to left field. That's where he hit the sacrifice fly, and Javier's got a base hit to left field. Waited very nicely on a breaking ball. You know, Mike was talking about the 2 walks, and you can't get away with doing it too much, and he didn't get away with it this inning.
Well, the wind is carrying out the left field. It's a hitter's ballpark right now. But that does not take away anything that J.T. Snow had in his at-bat. It was a tremendous at-bat. I'm not sure that thing would have turned the wind around if it was blown in.
It was hit well.
Fastball off the plate away with that little slight movement that bores away. He goes with the movement. He catches a little bit of backspin on it and rides it right out. And the skipper says, "Yee-hoo!"
I think J.T. Snow had a pretty good idea when he hit it that it had a good chance of going.
I agree. He went into his stride. Now, if you're Mark Gardner, in your mind, the score's 0-0. This offense for the Rangers is not going to go away.
That's 5 RBIs in the game for J.T. Snow. We're in the 2nd inning. Javier aboard with 2 outs. Maine struck out looking in the first, and that is also the first hit that J.T. Snow has ever gotten off of Aaron Seeley. Now 1 for 11. If you're going to go 1 for 11, make it a grand slam.
Amen.
Maynard takes a strike. JT was saying that he's got an off day tomorrow. He's flying home, spend time with his wife Stacy and the new baby. He'll play right at home for the next 3 days in Anaheim.
You know, I don't think it's going to make Seeley panic. In 6 of his starts this year, his teammates have scored 10 or more runs for him.
That's foul.
You have an offense as potent as the Rangers, and you're on that mound. You never quit because they're just a rally away from getting back in the ballgame. So you have to wipe out the fact that you've given up 7, which is hard to do, and you've got to start all over.
Yeah, plus you said it's a small yard right there. Maine strikes out to end the inning. Inning over, 4 runs for the Giants. The grand slam by J.T. Snow. Take a look at it, and I think he knew it. 7-0 Giants. We'll head to the 3rd.
If you ever find anything hotter and juicier than a Carl's
That he has faced in this game. It'll be Elster, Fernando Tatis, and then Aaron Seeley. A strike to make it 1-2. Gardner with a couple of strikeouts. Strike 3 call. Make it 3 strikeouts.
Boy, he has just painted that outside corner with that big curveball today. Another great groove. Just drops it right there. See ya. It's a pitcher's pitch, but he's earned it. When you're throwing strikes at that location, you will stretch out the strike zone.
Here's Fernando Tatis. Hit a 3-run home run on Friday night. Pops it up. This is a tough pop-up with this sun and wind, but Javier is going to make the catch near the line. Yeah, they handed out bats today, and one of the bats was the J.T. Snow Grand Slam Sunday afternoon bat.
That's right. No little girl has one.
And she's got one.
And she's psyched.
And the old man, what are the odds are you could take the bat away from that guy?
None. You'd have to fight him. They gave out 3 different bats today.
Pop up. Aaron Seeley. Charlie Hayes coming down and ends up in fair territory. And that will end the inning. 9 up, 9 down. Giants coming up in the 3rd. Ray Sanchez will lead it off. 7-0 San Francisco. Just kidding. Hit into right center field. But Goodwin has got a beat on it. And that'll retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Aaron Seeley. We've completed 3 at 3Com. 7-0 Giants. San Francisco Giants baseball on Fox Sports Bay Area, your regional home of Fox Sports Net. 3Com Park. Duane Kuiper, Mike Krukow. 7-0 Giants here in the 4th inning. Top of the batting order, Tom Goodwin facing Mark Gardner. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
A nice changeup. Mark Gardner right now has a feel of everything. And not only that, he's got everything working. And that's rare. Usually you'll break out of the bullpen. You might have 2 pitches working of maybe 5 things that you can do. So you have a fastball and a changeup you break out of the bullpen with, and you don't pick up a curveball to the 2nd or 3rd inning. I mean, things will change during the course of the game.
A shot to left field, a base hit. First hit for the Texas Rangers.
First time the Gardner will be in the stretch.
Now between innings we were watching Ranger broadcaster Tom Grieve as he was standing up, looking to his left. He was watching his son Ben Grieve hit. And the Rockies-A's game was on a TV down to the left of Tom Grieve, and now he's peeking again to see what his kid's doing.
Can you imagine that?
7 for 8 in Denver.
He had a big 3-run homer last night, late the ball game to give the A's a 2-run victory over the Rockies.
He's going to check it out. He said, how proud is he and his mom? McLemore struck out in the 1st inning. Strike at the knees, 0-1. McLemore hitting .302. Good speed on first with Goodwin.
Easy. Gardner thrown over, just an easy throw to J.T. Snow down the dirt. When you think about it, Kai, this game's nothing more than a game of catch. The day you strap on a pair of baseball spikes and pick up your first glove when you're 9 years old or even earlier. So right now at the major league level, it's all about catch. And who can play the best games of catch.
0-1 to McLemore. Popped him up. Charlie Hayes, no chance. That'll be out of play. Sometimes playing catch can be hard, and especially in this ballpark. Anaheim now leading 3-0. We watched the Angels take a 3-0 lead on the Padres yesterday, only to have it just be completely turned around and a laugher for the Padres. Up and away on a waste pitch, 1-2. Goodwin with his lead and a 1-2 count to McLemore. A chopper. Sanchez. Miller gets rid of it, and he turned the double play. How about that from the kid that moved over from 3rd?
Well, he looked like he's been playing that position his whole life. That was the play you were talking about last week, Kai, when Miller had gotten the second base position for the first time. The play where he had to take an off-balance throw with somebody breathing down his neck. He comes across the bag. He throws off his right foot, rifles a seed over to J.T. Snow. Oh, this is a nifty turn at second base. And it looks like Goodwin had his shin bone spiked a bit by Miller.
I'm I'm impressed.
All right, tell me, a degree of difficulty, the next second baseman. How do you appreciate that one?
Yeah, that was at least a 7 as far as difficulty. The only thing that could have made it an 8 or 9 is if Don Baylor was coming in.
Yeah. Alex Rodriguez.
1 and 2.
I think what sets this up, though, is the quick feed from Ray Sanchez. Right up there high where you can do something with it. And then nice footwork, purely instinctive from Miller to get the throw off and avoid getting whacked.
Broken bat pop-up Sanchez. On the grass, makes the catch. So the double play. Bottom of the 4th coming your way. Giants on top, 7-0. Miller will lead it off. Giants Baseball is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places. Fly Southwest. Interview guest of Giants Baseball received a gift of Adidas sunglasses for great eye protection. Wear Adidas eyewear. Here's Bill Miller, 7-0 Giants. And Miller hits one foul and out of play to the upper deck along the left side. On a cool afternoon, although the sun's out, nothing like an icy.
Gotta have him.
Past Seeley. McLemore stabs at it, throws in time to get Miller. So that'll go 4-3, and that'll bring up Bonds. Five in a row now retired by Aaron Seeley. Bonds has been hit by a pitch and he's struck out.
Well, he's right now in the whole lineup that has been giving him the trouble. 3, 4, 5, 6 guys have been responsible for putting up some serious numbers on the board today.
Stroked to Elster, who is playing the second base position, and Bonds is retired. And I can't even put 6-3 down. I don't know what I'm going to put down. This is Barry's son.
Put a 4.5 to 3.
Yeah, I think so. And that'll bring up Charlie Hayes. Give me a bat, I can hit.
Probably could.
Here's Charlie Hayes. Hayes takes the pitch low. Hayes with a single to knock in a pair of runs in the first, and then walk. And came in on the grand slam by J.T. Snow. Strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Seeley to the plate. Curveball. Fernando Tatis will throw to Will Clark, and that'll end the inning. So the second inning in a row, a 1-2-3 inning for Aaron Seeley. It'll be in the majors since 1995.
Ooh, good question.
I think I know it. I'm going to write it down.
Okay, I am too.
Gonzalez with a check swing. Foul, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Gonzalez struck out in the second inning, which that was out over the plate. RBIs by year from 96 on, inside to Gonzalez.
This guy is just unreal, the kind of numbers he's been putting up. I mean, you know, that's not easy to do, put those kind of numbers up. He's on a pace now to go over 170 RBIs. There's only been 9 times in Major League history where it's been done.
Miller will make the play. Will's hit a couple of home runs in this series. One on Friday night. Here it is.
I marvel every time I see him swing the bat and hit a home run. Looks like he's swinging about just 50%. Just kind of just out there snapping the bat. The ball just explodes off his bat.
That was the one off the reader. Grounded out to third in the second inning. 1 out here in the 5th inning. Again looks back at where he may have tripped a little bit. 1 ball and no strikes.
You know, just in talking about the 190 RBIs that Hack Wilson set as a single-season RBI record. Only been 9 guys to hit over 170 or 170 and more. 3 times Lou Gehrig did it. And Juan Gonzalez trying to be the 10th player to do that. And he certainly is on pace.
Hit in the upper deck, foul.
I mean, to have 170 RBIs, you just can't have a bad month. You just have to be consistent from day 1 all the way through the last game. And that's over an RBI in a game, consider the 162-game season.
Plus, you know, he's in scoring position when he stands in at the plate. Full foul.
Swing right there, and the inside pitch right at the belt is an inside pitch that I haven't seen him cover in a while. And he certainly is covering it this year. So his arm is healthy, his elbow's not giving him any problems, and he can get that pitch.
I was listening, Mike, this week sometime. They were talking on radio, which is harder to do, break the RBI all-time record or break the home run record by Roger Maris. Clark strikes out.
Let's ask and answer our Aflac trivia question. Since 1995, who has stolen the most bases in the major leagues? Our survey says Tom Goodwin. 191 stolen bags. I got it. Did you get it?
No, I said Otis Nixon.
No. Yeah, looks like I'm 1-0, big boy.
Otis Nixon was 3rd. Yeah, my brother knows the answer. He didn't even tell me.
Kenny Lofton 2nd, and Tom Goodwin the lead dog.
Here's Ivan Rodriguez. Hit on the ground. Ray Sanchez throw to first. Leaning over. Mark Gardner has faced the minimum. A single and a double play in the 4th inning. 7-0 Giants after 4.5. 7-0 Giants. Our Discover Card playback play of the game. J.T. Snow, grand slam home run, opposite field. And that is our Discover Card. It pays to discover. By the way, it was also for J.T. Snow. Nikolai Bonds, yeah. It was also for J.T. Snow his 100th career home run. Low to Snow, 1 ball and no strikes. Last hit off of Aaron Seeley was the home run by JT, and that pitch is high. Take that back. Javier followed the home run with a single, so that's been the last hit and base runner. 3-0. Anaheim leading the Padres 3-0, and a 4-pitch walk to Snow.
One thing you don't see when you have 7-run leads is guys swinging away at 3-0 counts. Sort of an unwritten rule against it. And yet, I have seen it, but it's not appreciated, believe me.
There's a base hit to right field, a solid single from Stan Javier.
And right away, Seeley's got his back against the wall again. This is a very aggressive day for the Giants bats. Dusty Baker has really been doing double duty with Gene Clines in the hospital. Gene Clines, a hitting instructor, having some problems with his health. We wish Gino all the best, and we need him back here. And in his absence, Dusty has been doing the hitting instructing as well as managing.
Here's Brent Maine. All right, Gino, when you come back, we got a big box full of Butterfingers for you, so hurry up. Brent Maine, tough afternoon. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Good ball, a strike, 0-2.
I think a lot of the basic philosophies that Dusty and Gene Clines have are the same, and one of them is to get yourself committed through your at-bat. Don't go up there saying, I'm going to look for a pitch away, and then find yourself swinging weakly at a ball on the inside part of the plate. take that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. Now, how hard is that to do when you're thinking at the plate, Kuiper?
Very hard. Absolutely.
It's something you have to work on in batting practice and take it into the game with you. And if your concentration is 100%, you will wander off. You'll find yourself pulling the trigger on a part of the plate or a pitch that you didn't want to swing at.
And Maine goes down for the 3rd time.
It has not been an easy day for Brent Maine at the plate. He now has the hat trick.
And that'll bring up Ray Sanchez. Now Sanchez has grounded out twice. Seven nothing Giants. Scott Bales throwing in the bullpen. It's 3-0 Anaheim in the 5th inning. Snow off of second. The pitch is foul over the seat. Good Sunday afternoon crowd here at the ballpark. I'm going to actually lay down a guess. I'm going to say 34,000.
Good call. I'll say 40. Come on down.
Foul down the right field line. Those are the kind where you need to bring your glove. (0-2). Sanchez with a batting average over the 300 mark. In center field with Goodwin's right there, and he'll make the count. Mike and I were talking before the game. Where would the Giants be without Ray Sanchez and Charlie Hayes?
Well, I tell you, with Jeff Kent going out for an extended period of time, Kuiper, and now Richard Williams favoring a slight injury to his groin. I mean, these guys have stepped in and just done a fantastic job.
Talk about signings in the offseason where you go, well, okay. Boy, a good solid bench. You have to have it. Here's Mark Gardner. A couple of strikeouts.
I'm convinced that is how you win championships. Because you're going to have people go down. And if you don't have good quality people to replace them, then you're at a disadvantage.
Bale still in the bullpen. Seeley is scheduled to hit 3rd in the 6th inning. And that is a souvenir to the right side. Mike still working the computer. Any good ones coming in?
Yeah. I want to know from Peace Guy 68 if Hank Sauer is still around. Said, yeah, we see Hank Sauer quite often. And it's not often enough. One of our favorites.
Mark Gardner strikes out swinging, and he too the hat trick. Giants will strand a pair. We'll head to the 6th inning. 7-0 San Francisco. 6th inning, 7-0 Giants. Time now for Whatever It Takes, brought to you by Grand Auto Supply. Bill Miller with a chance to turn a double play. Good speed, Goodwin at first. Sanchez with the flip, the catch, the throw, the get out of there. And that's our Grand Auto Supply, Whatever It Takes. Nice play, Bill Miller.
Indeed.
The get out of there is just as important as anything else.
Well, you lit up when he made that turn. The next second baseman, I think you would appreciate that, but that was the one concern you had when he went over there.
Stan Javier with a ball that now he'll race in on to make the catch.
Kuiper, we have a question here on our Jocks in the Box. What was the best nickname you ever heard in baseball?
Well, my favorite was when we started calling Steve Nicosia Ratso, which fit him perfectly.
Ratso. Yeah, that's a good one. I like the Sheik, Mike Sadek.
Yeah.
Nobody can outdress Mike Sadek. Nobody. The Sheik has a style all of his own. And it's usually whatever's on the floor, that's what he wears.
Well, if it's wrinkled, he wears it.
Yeah, it has to be wrinkled or he won't wear it.
A shot to left from Tatis, and that'll be foul. And it has to be a sweatshirt.
I once saw him wearing 2 different shoes. Then I said, what's the deal with the shoes? He goes, I couldn't find the other ones.
And one had a pitching toe on it. 1-1 to Tatis. Big curveball is inside. 2 balls in 1 strike.
Mike Sedek thought when they brought turf toe or turf shoes into Major League Baseball, they did away with a lot of the steel spikes. That was the greatest thing that ever happened. Because now he can wear those shoes out on the street.
Well, hey, a lot of people call AstroTurf, carpet. So he thought he'd just wear it on any carpet he could find. Hit very high to left field where Barry Bonds trying to track this one. Wynn taking it, but he stays with it and makes the catch.
Well, so far today, Mark Gardner has just been unbelievable. He has moved the ball around, stayed off the fat part of these Ranger bats, and he's tied them up in knots.
He stayed right at 85 with his fastball. Cap Day is Saturday. First 30,000 fans. And it's also the Dodgers. Number to call 510-762-BALL. Cap Day. Expecting good crowds. Get your tickets early. You don't want to have to stand in line. That is not fun. Fly ball, right center field. Hamilton. Side retired. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 6th. Coming up. Top of the batting order. Hamilton, Miller, Bonds. 7-0. Giants. Well, it's the Giants KNBR Fan Fest, and it's next Saturday. Giants Dodgers 1:45. That's right. They've changed the starting time of that game. The Fan Fest is at 10 a.m. to 1:45. Game ticket is your Fan Fest ticket. The number to call 510-762-BALL or buy tickets that morning at gates E and F beginning at 9:30. The barehanded cotton candy all over the face look.
Which isn't a bad look.
Scott Bales facing Darrell Hamilton.
But you wouldn't want to shake hands with that guy. You'd wind up having to take him home.
Bales, a left-hander, 1-0, a 5.06 earned run average. And Mike, you're talking about nicknames. Dick Bosman telling me Scott Bales' nickname?
What is it?
Lazarus.
And why is that?
Well, in 1994, 95, and 96, he did not pitch.
Did not pitch. So he came back from the dead.
Lazarus.
I think nicknames is such a great part of baseball over the years. Way to go. You said that. I just put Lazarus down in my book.
Well, he pitched from 1982 to 1993 and then quit. Said, I've had enough. Came back. He decided that while he's sitting on the couch at home, he was a left-hander. He could still be a crafty left-hander in the major leagues.
And why not?
Look at this guy. He's got it up his nostril.
Oh,
look out, Scott Bales. He knocks it down, and he will throw him out. Well, one of our great camera guys here at the ballpark, Marty Cohn, has got his family here, and that's his wife, Ann. Sitting to Ann's left is Monica, and the redhead in front of Monica and Ann is Ryan. Now, Marty's got red hair. What are the chances those kids have anything but red hair? What a good-looking family. There's Marty.
There's Hard Marty. He used to have red hair too, but it's all gray now.
Yeah, he works for Jim and Joe.
What little hair he has left.
Bill Miller takes a pitch inside, 1-0. Miller 1 for 3, reached on an air, single in the second, grounded out in the fourth. Boy, Hamilton hit a shot right back at Scott Bales. Ground ball to Elster. He gloves it and throws to Clark. A little high, but Will Clark stayed on the bag, 2 down.
I'll tell you another one of my favorite nicknames is Kirk Reeder's nickname, Woody.
Woody, which you gave him?
Well, only because he looks like the guy. He looks like Woody of the Toy Story.
That one has stuck. And there's a Woody doll hanging above his locker.
There's Woody. Woody tries to chew 55 pieces of gum every day he's not pitching at the same time.
Here's Bonds. Hit by a pitch. He's walked. No, he hasn't. He hit by a pitch. He struck out and grounded out. And does he go around? No. 1 ball and 1 strike. There is no third baseman. Or there's no one at the third base position. Tatis is at the shortstop position. And he's playing Bonds to pull. So a very strange looking defense. It's almost like when you're playing as kids and you don't have enough players and you split the diamond in half. Hits it to second. McLemore's got it. And that'll retire the sign. Bonds now 0 for 3. 7th inning coming up here at 3Com. Cotton candy and all. It's the Giants 7, the Rangers nothing. Here's Tom Goodwin to lead it off. 1 for 2, and he grounds this one to short where Ray Sanchez has it, and that's 1 out.
Well, every night at 10 o'clock, Fox Sports News brings a complete live wrap-up of the day in sports. Check out Fox Sports News on Fox Sports Bay Area tonight at 10. And you're going to see a recap of a tremendous ball game from Mark Gardner. He has just been dominant.
Danny Darwin charting with his daughter, reading bubblegum comics. McLemore 0 for 2. That's Courtney, his daughter. Down the left field line and out of play. Only 1 hit in this game for the Rangers.
Mark Gardner, through 6 1/3 innings, has thrown just 65 pitches. He has just been something else. And the command that he has had throughout the game, just exceptional.
Up the middle, Sanchez under his glove. That ball hit the mound and gave Sanchez an opportunity, but he didn't take advantage of it. There'll be an error charged to.
Well, the ball goes right into the mound. It hits the slope of the mound. And it did give him a nice high hop, but he couldn't get over there to take advantage of it. That would have been a very good play had he been able to make it. I think that's a base hit all the way. He is, however, being given an error.
Here's Rusty Greer, who's been held hitless in 2 at-bats. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. 7-0 Giants. Mark Gardner pitching out of the stretch for the second time in this game. There's a strike. Texas Rangers will head home. They've been on the road for a while. They'll go home and play the Dodgers. Popped them up. Third base side. This is a long run. Bonds will get there and make the catch in fair territory.
Well, I didn't know if Bonds was going to be able to get there. At the last minute, he came in looking at Sanchez as if to say, I can't get to it. And then when it was all said and done, it was an easy play. Looked like it was going to be a classic Texas leaguer going right to the line. Bonds, piece of cake, can of corn.
And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Juan Gonzalez, who's 0 for 2. Outside with a breaking ball. Gonzalez struck out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 5th. Mark Gardner with 4 strikeouts. He's not issued a walk. In case you just joined us, JT Snow hit a grand slam home run in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss.
Pretty good 1-0 pitch. That's what Gardner's been able to do all day long. He hasn't been behind the count very much, but when he has been behind, he has just gone right to his easel and started painting that corner.
Inside just to keep Gonzalez honest. 2 balls and 1 strike. Washburn is pitching for Anaheim. Hamilton for the Padres. That'll be in the seats, and it's 2-2. The pitching matchups are set for the series in Anaheim, where it'll be Sean Estes against Chuck Finley. How about that for a pair of left-handers on Tuesday night? That game will be televised by KTVU. Wednesday is our game on Fox Sports Bay Area. Darwin against Sparks. Hit foul. Ball dude, no chance. A little too much on it.
Yeah,
that went through the wickets.
I'm impressed he even got out there in front of it. Let's isolate. This is gets down and look out, foot right in the toe, and it hurts too. It'll start hurting in about an inning.
Got him. Outside corner with a fastball. That'll end the inning. The base runner stranded. 7th inning stretch time here at 3-count. 7-0 Giants. $7-0 our score in the 7th inning. Hoover presents our non-pickup of the game.
Yeah.
Sketty, what's happening? Whoa.
Put that glove on your toe.
And that's Hoover. Our nobody does it like you.
John Wetland coming over saying, use your glove, not your toe, meat.
Sketty.
I love it. He has been so enthusiastic. He's had a great time. I think the ball dudes are a big, big hit.
Yes, they are. We need some more ball dudettes out here. Charlie Hayes will lead it off. Got Bales to the plate, and the pitch is low. Hayes 1 for 2, had a couple of RBIs in the first inning. Bases loaded shot up the middle. That's a foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Snow on deck, followed by Stan Javier. Giants with 6 hits, the Rangers with 1. Outside. For those of you who do not remember much of Scott Bales, he pitched with the Indians. Hayes hits it foul past Carlos Alfonso, and our ball dude will chase that down. In 86, 87, 88, 89, California Angels in 90, 91, 92. I mean, this guy has got some experience, but he just decided to lay off for 3 years. Consequently, Lazarus.
3-year sabbatical.
2-2 pitch to Hayes. Got him. Good backdoor breaking ball, and Charlie Hayes knew it. Well, we showed you our non-Hoover play, but let's take a look at what a truly great play looks like. And this was one yesterday.
Now, this is one of the double plays of the year when Aurelia goes down and flips the glove to Sanchez, who somehow manages to get off a pivot and rifle a throw to J.T. Snow to complete the double play that wasn't even close.
And there was a man on second. And in a game where the Giants came back to win and really clawed to win the ball game, I mean, that's a huge play. Snow takes a strike, 0-2. You can say all you want about defense, but it wins games for you. Plus, they're fun to look at. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. JT 1 for 1. He's had a sacrifice fly, and then the grand slam and a walk. Looking to keep that perfect day going. 2-2. Let me round out the pitching matchups. And on Wednesday, Danny Darwin, Steve Sparks. Thursday, KTVU, Kirk Reeder, Jason Dixon. Up high to Snow.
Well, we have another question on our virtual dugout guy. Who was your favorite player when you were growing up?
Ready? 3 balls, 2 strikes to J.T. Snow. A bullet foul. Front row, look out. Eddie Matthews.
Eddie Matthews. If you're growing up in Racine, Wisconsin, and Milwaukee area, and if you'd have said anything but Eddie Matthews, of course, what was that shortstop you liked?
Johnny Logan.
Johnny Logan.
Snow. A flare into center field, but Goodwin's going to get there and make the catch.
I was a big fan of Frank Howard when I was raised in Los Angeles area.
Hondo.
It was a big thrill for me to get to the big leagues and finally get a chance to meet him.
Hondo. That's a good nickname.
Yeah, that is a good nickname. Frank Howard, nicknamed Hondo.
Very gentle man, but boy, could he swing the bat. Here's Javier, 2 for 2. 3 for 3.
He is on fire.
He is swinging it now. That'll be down in the corner. Javier has got it going, and he's got a double. Javier keeps this up. He's going to be hitting 300 by All-Star break.
Well, he said he has not gotten hot all season long. He was in and out of a swing. Boy, from the left side and the right side, the last week he has been dialed in. Very little movement with his head. Stays focused right on the ball, gets the outside pitch, and just yanks it into the corner in left field for a 2-base hit.
Cecil Fielder with an inside the park. No, Cecil Fielder with a normal home run, 5-0. Here's Brent Maine, 0 for 3. Takes it low. Ray Sanchez on deck. Bottom of the 7th inning. That day here at the ballpark. Maine hits it on the ground. Will Clark moves back, underhands it to Scott Bales, and that'll end the inning. A hit for Javier. The Giants strand 1. We'll head to the 8th inning. Mark Gardner getting ready to go to work. Clark, Rodriguez, Elster, 7-0 Giants. Our game recap is brought to you by Nissan. Enjoy the ride. Well, there's really 3 parts to this recap. Gardner has been outstanding, and then 3 runs in the first for the Giants, 4 runs in the second. It was Charlie Hayes with a big base hit with the bases loaded in the first, and then J.T. Snow with a grand slam in the second. Texas, 3, 4, 5, and 6 hitters, 0 for 10 with 3 strikeouts. Now maybe there was 4 parts to that. Here's Will Clark. Clark is grounded out and struck out. Fastball for a strike, 0-1. Good game in Denver. The Rockies are leading the A's 11-9 in the 8th inning.
All right, Kuiper, here's a question for you.
Okay.
When you were playing defense, who's your favorite Giants pitcher to have on the mound?
1 ball and 1 strike. Clark takes it low, 2-1. All right, Mike, I'm thinking about that. Besides you, of course.
No, you can't say me because I know you'd be blowing smoke.
2-1. Up high. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Jim Barr.
Jim Barr was pretty good.
Threw a lot of ground balls, worked quick, threw a lot of strikes, good sinker. Gary Lavelle. Gary Lavelle struck everybody out, so what about Mint? He threw a lot of ground balls.
Down the left field line and out of play. Earlier in my career, I liked those guys. Later in my career, I didn't want any ground balls.
Yeah.
So I didn't like any of those guys.
So you like Lavelle?
Yeah.
I'll never forget the very first outing I ever had a Giants uniform.
That's hit to left field, but Bonds looks like he's got room as he backpedals and makes the catch.
We're facing the Milwaukee Brewers in 1983 in spring, and they had just some incredible offense here, just coming off of their World Series that they had played against the Cardinals, and they had Ted Simmons and Ben Ogilvy and Cecil Cooper. And they had Molitor and Jan. They had an unbelievable offense. As Ivan Rodriguez steps in to face Gardner. And it's the first spring training game, and it had rained, and really we shouldn't have been playing. The field was terribly wet. And as I took the mound and I took my warm-ups to start the game, and now suddenly the ball goes around the infield, it comes back to me, and we're ready to start. Here comes the first guy coming up. I hear timeout, and Duane Kuiper comes in from second base, and he walks all the way to the mound, and he comes to me, and he goes, "Don't let them hit the ball to me." And he turns around and he starts going back to his position. And I'm new with the team. I don't really know Kuiper that well, but I didn't know if he was kidding or not, and it turns out he was not kidding.
I had no chance that day. Wet turf, bad knee, forget it.
Don't let him hit the ball to me.
I actually positioned myself to let the ball go through. Not like Charlie Hayes just did right there to get the out. Good crowd. How about these numbers? 36,664.
Well, you win. I went over. I said 40. You said 35.
Right, so we're even. I'll tell you who I like playing behind. I really did enjoy playing behind Dennis Eckersley. The first 4 or 5 years he was in the big leagues. I mean, he was a joy. He was just aggressive. He was a dual guy. He'd strike guys out and he'd get ground balls. That's a strike, and it's 0-2. Wayne Garland was fun because he threw a lot of ground balls when he was healthy.
What about Lynn Barker? You were in his perfect game. You played second base for that one.
He's fly ball, a lot of strikeouts. But that particular game, he threw 6 or 7 ground balls. And I'll tell you what, Mark Gardner is in a rhythm right now that is very, very enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, he is just rock and roll. Lock and load, pick up a target, and just paint. And I got to tell you, Brent Main has done an outstanding job calling signals behind the plate today as well. These two have hooked up, and it just, for me, I think this is the most enjoyable part of a baseball game, when two guys get it going like this. They think the same way. There's not a lot of shaking off by Gardner. And when Main puts down a sign and a target, Gardner just goes right with it. He's into a very quick rhythm right now. It's almost like he's doing a dance step out there on the mound.
And he's proving again, you don't have to throw the ball 90 miles an hour to win. Or pitch well. He hasn't won yet. 1-2 pitch. Just missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Elster is struck out and flied out, and he gets one off the end of the bat, and he's got a base hit to left field. Kevin Elster with a 2-out single here in the 8th. Bringing up Fernando Tatis.
I mean, even the base hits, the sting has just been completely taken out of the bats. There's a couple of little flares that have been lofted into left field, and those are the only 2 hits that the Rangers have been able to come up with. And this is a Ranger team hitting 294 as a team.
Low and away, 1-0. Maddox pitched a game yesterday and won in under 2 hours. That's a strike. That shouldn't surprise anyone. (11-10) now in Oakland, or in Colorado, between the Rockies and the A's. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1. No walks for Mark Gardner. That's a strike. 3 and 2.
With the type of command that he has had today, I would be surprised if he did issue a walk. He is very relaxed right now.
Runner goes. Center field. Hamilton got a good jump coming in, and he'll get there and make the catch. No runs, a 2-out hit by Kevin Elster, 1 stranded. Giants are coming up in the bottom of the 8th. Sanchez, Gardner, Hamilton. Well, bring a group out to the ballpark for an upcoming game, from a birthday party of 25 or more to a corporate outing of 1,000. And the Giants will design an event just to tailor all of your needs. Many packages are available. Here's the number to call, 1-800-SF-GIANT, to arrange your group outing. Bottom of the 8th inning. Behind Mark Gardner, it's 7-0 Giants. 9 hits in the game. And Scott Bales throws, and a swing and a grounder foul from Ray Sanchez, and it's 0-1. Ray Sanchez looking for his first hit. He's hit a couple of ground balls and a fly ball. Watched Jeff Kent take batting practice today. And he's swinging the bat pretty well. But I think everything that we read in the paper and talk to Dusty Baker and the Giants, we really have to start looking at after the All-Star break.
I think that's realistic. But Stan Conte, who is rehabbing Jeff Kent, is very careful to say that the knee is going to decide as to when Jeff Kent comes back. And they just have to be patient. When you have the type of injury that he has, you cannot rush it.
Strike 3 call. So Sanchez will take an 0 for 4 today. And Mark Gardner's going to bat in the 8th inning. And he doesn't care if he strikes out for the 4th time, because he is dealing.
He is dealing. He's getting a nice round of applause from the faithful here at 3Com, and boy, does he deserve it.
A foul ball out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Bales pitching in his 3rd inning, and he strokes this one down the right field line. That a little deeper, and it's 0-2. Big game tonight in New York, Mets and Yankees. John Miller will do the ball game for ESPN, and that pitch is low. Strike 3 call. Bales with his 3rd strikeout. Last night, or yesterday, the Giants needed a hit in the 10th inning. They got it from Darrell Hamilton. Sean Estes scored, and that was the ball game. Hamilton's 4th hit. He had a shot off of Scott Bales in the 6th inning. Bales recovered and threw him out. Hamilton 1 for 3, hitting .292. Foul off the end of the bat. 0-2.
Well, he has had a great series against his former ball club. And one thing about Hamilton I really enjoy is that his openness. When you ask him, did you feel a little bit better yesterday when you had 4 hits against the Rangers and you knocked the winning run? And he said, oh yeah. I mean, you know he is, and then he doesn't deny it.
Bales strikes out the side. A very impressive 3 innings for Scott Bales. The only hit he allows, the double to Javier. We'll go to the 9th. Mark Gardner trying to wrap it up. Giants lead 7-0. This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants. Luis Alicea is at the plate. And the pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Alicea batting for Scott Bales. 2 hits for Gardner in 8 innings. No walks, 5 strikeouts. Alicea, little guy, switch hitter.
Gardner has not allowed a runner to get to second base.
Three balls and no strikes.
And that's domination. And when you have a team with as much reputation offensively as these guys, that's a game you can brag about.
2-1. Here's the pitch. Popped him to right field for Javier. In right center, battling the sun, and he's got it under control. He worked at side saddle for a while.
Always a thrill. This time of day, there is no tougher field in Major League Baseball than the right field at 3Com Park.
So here's Tom Goodwin, who has a hit in 3 at-bats. He singled in the 4th inning, was wiped out in a double play, hitting .281. And that pitch is a strike. Charlie Hayes taking the bunt away from Goodwin as he is playing in on the grass at third. Gardner rocks and throws, and a shot to center field. Hamilton will have to watch it bounce in front of him. And a one-out single bringing Mark McLemore to the plate.
It's not happened often where Mark Gardner has been in the stretch today.
Ellie allowed his single in the 4th inning. McLemore reached on a Sanchez fielding error in the 7th. A single in the 8th. And now one here in the 9th. And that's a strike to McLemore. Hayes, Sanchez, Miller, Snow on the infield from third to first. Bonds, Hamilton, and Javier in the outfield. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Rusty Greer on deck. Get on the ground to Hayes. This could do it. Miller's got it. His throw, double play, game over. So Mark Gardner throws a 3-hitter. He strikes out 5. He wins his 7th game of the year, and the Giants take the series 2 out of 3 by winning this one. A magnificent performance from Mark Gardner, and he does it in 2 hours and 2 minutes. And that's just exactly what the Giants and their bullpen needed. 7-0 is your final. We'll have more from 3Com Park. Stay with us. We're not done yet. Right after this.